Hey guys, it's Ashley, your scrapping nerd, and I'm back today with a layout for Scraplift Crafternoon. And it's where a bunch of us get together and we scrapbooked an amazing layout. And so this is today's layout by Debbie Tehrani. And I'm sorry, Debbie, I probably butchered your last name. Her layout is absolutely amazing. And I just loved all the grungy mixed media in the background. And so I'm going to do a Christmas layout. And so I have a bunch of scraps and maybe two 12 by 12 papers left of this Vicky Bouton Warm Wishes. And so I pulled all of that in. You saw all my scraps and everything. I'm trying to kill this kit. This came from my creative scrapbook kit. And it also has the Thickers Merry and Bright chipboard stickers. And so I want to get this used up, but I'm almost there. So I pulled in a white 12 by 12 as my background paper, and it's white cardstock, 110 pound that I get from Joann's. And I pulled in my Lindy's Starburst Spray in Autumn Maple Crimson, and I have a piece of bubble wrap, and this one has like the bigger bubbles, and I just sprayed it on the bubble wrap and then did the packaging technique. And I really love the look that the bubble wrap gives to the packaging technique. And so I did it also like Debbie. She had one main section on the right, and then she had like a little section on the bottom left. And so I then used my heat tool to dry it, because I'm going to put another color, and if it's not dry, then the colors will mix and it'll become mud. And so I pulled in another Lindy's Starburst Spray, and this one is in Ponderosa Pines Olive. And I grabbed a bubble wrap that has the smaller bubbles to use on this one. And the smaller bubbles didn't hold the spray as long, so you could see I had like a big spot of green in the middle, and so and it'll be fine because it'll be behind the photo, but then I just kept re-dipping my bubble wrap in that spot and spreading it around, and I really like how that turned out. And then you can see these two different colors, and they're Starburst spray, so they're a little sparkly. They're not overwhelmingly sparkly, but I really like how they look. And then in her layout, she also had like stamps, and there was a bunch of things in the background, and so I wanted to bring in this Tim Holtz stencil and use some black soot distress ink and just add some more texture to the background and on both sides. And of course you can see my husband came in to show me something he thought was hilarious on one of the reels, and so I just had to watch it, and I never think they're as funny as he does, but I enjoy it. He comes to visit me, and but I got all the texture added to that, and I'm really happy with my mixed media in the background. And so I needed to map my photo so that it wouldn't disappear within the mixed media. And so I started with this green scrap from the Warm Wishes collection that I had, and it was just enough to do a thin picture mat around the photo. And I thought I was just going to do the one, and then it also disappeared within the mixed media. So I went and grabbed a black scrap that I had from my scrap bin, and I will mat that, and that helps pop the photo up. And then I thought, well, that's kind of boring. Let's do a notebook punch. So I used the EK Success notebook punch to punch the left side of the photo mat that I will be putting my photo on, just to add some extra. I mean, like I said, Debbie's layout was amazing, and it had all this fun extra stuff within her clusters, and I just love that because I'm a more is more girl, and so I'm like, yes, let's add what we can. Like, I do really good with this layout because that top left corner there stays white. I don't put a single thing over there, and that is a big deal for me. I mean, I tried. I definitely thought about putting something up there in that corner, but I stuck to the inspiration, and I really wanted to try something new. And so I just filled my clusters with everything that I can possibly think of, but I still left that upper left corner open and white. So go me. But so I'm pulling in all the as much of the little scraps that I can. And there's this card, and I really liked this little sentiment. It says memories captured. And so I am going to cut that out. And then I like the black stars. So I'm going to use this punch. It's imagination. Who knows? I got it at like an estate sale, so I think it's an old one. But I love this. It's a chevron punch, or arrows, however you want to look at it. And I set them like this where they're going opposite, but in the end, the arrows will all be pointing up. But I like how this added something to that side of the layout, and I decided to ink the edges with the black soot because you could see the white core after I used the punch to cut it out. And I really like how that looked. But now I'm just going to kind of put all the things that I can find from the ephemera bits that I have left from Vicky Bouton, as well as the Thickers chipboard embellishments. And I really like, again, I keep saying it, but I liked all these extra little elements that she had. So I pulled in a Sizzix die that I had that just kind of cuts these lattice squares. And so I cut one out, and then I just decided to cut bits of it apart and put all around the layout. And this photo is my husband and I, and we are at what's called the Zoo Lights. And so our local zoo during Christmas time, as a way to raise money for the zoo, is because you pay admission to go, but none of the animals are out. They're all sleeping. And so, but they decorate the entire zoo with lights, and they do like little vignettes. You could take pictures. Santa is there. So we always go with our friends, and their friends' kids gets to see Santa. But it's really a lot of fun, and you get to see awesome Christmas lights and stuff. Well, on the left side, I'm creating my little cluster. I cut a square out of that same green stripe paper just to have a base for my my little cluster over there. And because it is the Zoo Lights, I thought it'd be fun to finally use I have this string of little lights that I've had forever. I think it's a Jolie's, but I love them and I've never used them. And so I thought it would be fun to have on this layout. And so I have that chipboard sticker that says A Winter Wonderland. And so I wrapped the string of lights around that, and I was trying to get them to kind of lay like haphazardly. And we all know that me as a perfectionist, this is the hardest part, to try to make something perfectly look imperfect. And so I fiddled with these little guys for a while, and I'm not going to make you watch all of that, but I did get it wrapped around that little sticker and kind of behind the picture, and I really like how that turned out. And so I decided I will also put a little string across the top of my square over here on the left side just to tie that in. And I just really like that it's the little light bulbs because, like I said, we are at the Zoo Lights. And I have a bunch of pictures that go with this one, so I don't need to put that as Zoo Lights. Again, I thought about in that upper left corner putting Zoo Lights and making this the first photo or the first layout in the album for the Zoo Lights, but I didn't. And but again, we will see if it ever gets put up there and how it bothers, if it bothers me that it's open, but I'm trying new things. And so I had these little tags that had these light bulbs. And so I cut out 3 of them, and I want to put them over here with this cluster, and it says Deck the Halls. And then I put some more of that lattice work around it. I did pop up the Deck the Halls so that there is some dimension, since I wanted a little bit because those lights are so dimensional, the string lights. And then I needed to spread out my mixed media a little bit since the light bulb stuck out so much, so I put a few more drops around those and just pulled in some extra of the chipboard stickers and some of the chipboard snowflakes. And then I used the squares that were cut out from the lattice and sprinkled them around the mixed media. But that is the layout, guys. Thank you to everyone that has liked and subscribed to my channel. I really appreciate it. If you haven't yet, go ahead and hit those buttons below. make sure that you all check out Debbie's Instagram account, and that she did this for the Scrap the Boys challenge, and so that link is also down below. And check out everyone that's playing along with the Scraplift Crafternoon. They do amazing things. I'm so excited that they invited me to join. I just love it. But yeah, and everyone have a great day. Bye.